Hello there. My name is Daniel. I'm technical support for By Demes Ireland, and today I want to talk about DCC software and its uses. So DCC or SCC software is a primarily intended as a solution for installers, installation companies to manage recorders from different manufacturers like Hyundai, Dahua, Hikvision, all in one place. Some of its uses are live viewing the cameras, receiving alarms for various situations or various happenings with the recorders, like faulty cameras, hard drive errors, and so on. It's very simple to install and use. Now, when you install DCC, especially if you're using your, let's say, laptop as a server and a user station, it's gonna install three little shortcuts on your desktop, like here. I have them here, all three of them. First one is a server. Second one is like a user window, and the third one is like a screen, like a window where you can see all the current events happening with the software and with the recorders and so on. So this is the screen that shows up when you when you double click the server one. User is admin, and default password is 12345. So this is the main screen, and all the main functions are here. Right now, the translation to English has already kind of been done, but there are a few typos here and there, and it's still being worked on, basically. So first tab here is users. So if you click on users and you click on user management, you can see the list here. It's not too populated right now because it only has an administrator and a basic user. But here you can add and delete users. So if you press new here, you can add a new user. You add a description. You use a type of username you're gonna use, and choose a password. And you can give him a different level of access. User is a normal basic user, and the administrator basically has control over everything on the server. So if I give him a normal user and save, he's gonna pop up here on the list, and he's gonna be one of the users. Another thing here under users is user groups. Here you can create the same thing like users, just groups. So you press new, and you add a group description like management. And difference here is that you can add an email. So if I add, let's say, management@gmail.com, every time I want to send emails to that group, that's what I go for. I go for the group management. And let's say I want to keep them notified about a certain recorder, they will all receive the same information. As you can see here, it says cancelar on Spanish instead of cancel in English. So there are a few little bits here and there that still need to be translated. Nothing serious though. Okay, so that's the first tab. The second tab is DVR. So under DVR you have the list here. So if you press list, it's gonna populate with the list of current recorders that you have. You can also import a list from another app like Smart PSS. So once you export your recorders from there, you can import them here. Okay. What you do is you right click anywhere and you press import XML DVR. You can do that. Now, on the bottom here, so I already added my main DVR here, NVR, and I also added the camera. You can also add cameras without a recorder. If you want to add a new recorder or a new camera or even a video intercom, go here, you click new. So you have to be on this general tab first, and then you click new. What you do is you add a description, which would be a name of your device. Then you choose a type connection, which is normal, which would be static IP and DNS. And that would be used for right now. That would be used for Hyundai Hikvision. There's also a P2P option for that can be used for the Hua. So I'm actually gonna add. I have the Hua XVR here, so I'm gonna add it. So what I do is Nesta XVR, and I'm gonna add it by P2P. So I can skip this field here because this is where I would type in my static IP, and this is where I would add a port as well. So I'm gonna leave this blank. Device type is the Hua General, which is original firmware. This Colossal Evolution would be By Demes firmware of the Hua. We have Hyundai, we have Hikvision. This is a video intercom from the Hua, and there's support for Honeywell fire panels as well. So I need the Hua General in this case. You can also add groups. Well, groups would be, I'll show you how to create them, but groups would be if, for example, you want to create a group for chain of supermarkets, you would assign this recorder to that group. I don't have any groups right now, so I'm going to leave this not assigned. Now, this next thing is subscriber. This is identificator for the recorder. So let's say I want to have all my Hua recorders on a subscriber or identificator 2. I can type 2 here, and I can put all my other Hua recorders as a subscriber 2. And then when I'm searching, let's say this list is completely populated with hundreds of recorders, and I want to see only the Hua. I go here and I search by subscriber, type in the number 2 here, and press search for, and it's going to list all the Hua recorders. You can search by serial numbers, description, and subscribers. And you can also filter various things here, recorders in failure by description and so on. Okay, so I'm gonna search for my XVR by serial number. So I'm gonna type it in. So 436 Z 40 E, and my P2P port, which is 37777. And you have to put in the user of the recorder, so it's admin, and password is admin1234. And when you press load settings, it should find it, and it's going to say connection established correctly. And you can know that it's established correctly by seeing this number, serial number, because it's going to pop up here, and number of channels and date and hour will pop up as well. And when you're finished with this, you press save, and it's going to pop up on the list here. Now you have it here with the rest of them. Okay. Now, let's say I want to check all these other tabs here. What you do is you select your device. You select it by double clicking, and then go to options. In case I added the video intercom, one option you want to select in order to receive incoming calls through this app is this one. Gotta check the box. Send alarms to video verification. Once you check this, you'll receive incoming calls from the camera module outside to this app. There are a few other options here that you can choose. Change as you wish. Now, there's also an option for customer email. You can add customer email for this recorder here. Okay, legends, nothing important here. Next one here is alarms. Still has to be a bit translated. Here you can choose different notifications to report to, let's say, emails. Let's say I want to report hard disk failure. I choose this, and then who do I want to send it to? If I choose ACE, this will be sent to admin's email account. I'll talk about this one later. If I choose group, that's the group I was talking about, where you can send information from this recorder to a certain group of people and a client, and you can send it to singular email. And then there's a full hard disk missing, and so on, different statuses you can report. You can also manage alarms by each channel. If you press this box here, and this box with this window will open. Now here you can, yeah, it is a bit confusing possibly. I can't expand, or I can. Okay, there we go. But these are the number of cameras, so camera 33, 34, and so on. This is the first camera on my recorder, actually 33. So if I choose this channel here, and I press this, this one needs to be translated as well. This send video sensor is actually send motion detection. If I choose this, I will be sending motion alarms to wherever I choose to. And you can choose other options like video loss, video masking, and so on. Now there's this left side, and video loss, and there's the right side. This box will report the initial issue with the video, and then if I choose this right box as well, it's gonna report like a restore signal that the trouble cleared. I believe they will add a bit more explanation to these boxes, but for it works for now, but it's kind of missing description, let's say. Okay, so you can also send a camera that went like black screen and so on. Well, this happens actually. These cameras that continue recording, but the screen is black because signal got lost or something. Okay. Next thing I want to explain is this one here. So DVR and then DVR per user. So this Nesta NVR is my recorder here. And I can choose to assign certain channels of the recorder to a certain user. So I have here on the left side, you can select which user. Let's say I want to give access of channel 33 to user named boss. I do that here with ticking the box and clicking save. Or I can assign all cameras or remove all cameras from this user, and that's it. I guess that's useful as well. Next thing is, this is pretty much the same. You can do the same but for groups. Then list of DVRs. You can save your whole list of recorders to your computer if you want. By doing that. And this last one here is groups, which is where you can create groups. Okay. Third tab is alarms. Here you can check different events that occurred on the recorder. You can choose classic stuff. You can choose date, time, even filters, even more filters here. You can find only the ones that had a hard drive fail, and they're gonna pop up on the list here. So I don't believe I had any hard drive fails with my recorders, but possibly motion detection. Well, actually, I wouldn't have even that because I started it up just recently. My cameras are not really pointing into those directions. But yeah, this is where you would do it, where you would see all your different signals. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Okay, next tab is configuration. So this is where you would set up your SMTP server for sending stuff, and this is where that ACE email address would be written down here. This one, and there's also some other options as well, which you can change here. This would have a lot to do with monitoring stations like Manitou. Manitou is monitoring software. So actually, yeah, this one here is customer captures route. This is where you can choose where to save your captures, videos, and yeah, where they would go, which folder. Next one is backups. Here you can set up to do periodic backups of your information by choosing destination folder, activating the periodic programming, and you can run it each, I don't know, 20 minutes, days, hours, or whatever, and which date you want the backup to start. And if you want to keep your hard drive clean, you can delete all copies after, I don't know, 60 days, 90 days, and save. And you can choose what kind of things you want to save here. There's support to few languages right now: Spanish, English, French, and Italian. And here you can see the current version of the software. Now, at this moment, software is only updated by doing it manually. So you download the new version and then update it. But they are developing and planning to have like a little pop-up where it's gonna say, oh, there's a new update, press this to download the newest update. That's gonna be nice. Well, another thing is, so I said there's a server and there's a user side of things here, which means that in this case, I have the server installed on my laptop as well as the user side as well. So let's say I change. So obviously my laptop here is using my office network, my office IP address, and if I change my network location, like I take my laptop to my home and then connect there, server is not going to be able to work because I have to change IP address of this server to my other network. Now this is well, this wouldn't be a problem if you have a server located somewhere in your, let's say, office. I mean server like a computer, and it's installed there and it's staying there, no issues. you're moving it around, then you have to do a few adjustments which I'm not gonna get into right now because it's not really necessary. But if someone needs help with it, I'll gladly help. But anyway, it is being worked on so that these manual corrections which you have to do in some files can be completely obliterated, so you don't have to do them. It would do it automatically. But if it has to be done manually, like right now, it's very easy. It's basically one file where you change the IP address of the server and restart some services in Task Manager, and that's it. So that's the server side, this window. Next one is sorry. Next one is app user, which has the same login, of course, as it was set that way. So when you log in, my list of recorders will pop up here. In case it didn't pop up here, actually, let me show that right now. In case your recorder didn't pop up on that list, what you do is you assign it to a user. Now let me see. Now do you have? Okay, yeah, I assign it here. So I choose my Nesta NVR, and I assign it to a selected user, and then I'll see it on the list there. So here it is. Now let's say I wanna see cameras on my NVR. What I do is I choose the window where I want to display it and double click the camera, and it's gonna show my camera. Now another thing here is that I talked with them about this, but it starts in a substream, and if you right click the window and click watch mainstream, you'll get the mainstream, you'll get the full quality of the camera. So yeah, you have to basically manually change this thing for now. Then let's say I wanna see I also have a Hyundai camera here, which is separate. It's not located on the recorder. It's just connected to a PoE switch through the network. I can see it here as well. So same thing. Gotta click watch mainstream, and I'll have it there. Okay, no idea why this one disappeared now, but not a big issue anyway. Okay, and also have the Huawei XVR, which I don't have any cameras connected to it, but you can see by this cam one that it's definitely working and it's there. So I have basically two different systems working on the same thing. There's also an option to refresh DVRs here if you have to do that. There's three of these little options here. So real time would be what I just did. Second one is video, where you can watch all the playback on the specified recorder or camera. Choose dates and times. You can also, there is some error, but yeah, I'll definitely mention this one to developers. You can find your recording, and then you can click this icon and you can download the recording. Easy as that. And there's also a third option here, alarms, which is still being worked on, but this will provide real-time events happening on the recorder and similar stuff like that. But for now, they have this DVR event list here on the right, where you can see all the events, but you have to find them, and then they're gonna pop up here on the list. And when they pop up on the list, you can export them to, either through PDF or Excel. So that's the second one. That's the user one. And the third one is this one here. Yeah, I had a problem with this third one as well before, but it seems to be repeating now. This third one is like a little window where all the information about the software pops up, like is the servers working okay, are the recorders getting signals, are they talking with the software, and so on. Actually, I talked with the developer just a couple of days ago, and they told me there's a new version, but it's probably going to be ready for the next week. So yeah, maybe some of those, maybe that version sorts some of those issues that we had right now. Well, this program is of course free for our customers. If you want to use it to try it out or whatever, you can. It's obtained from a salesperson. So in this case, in Ireland, it's Christian. He can give you the whole thing, and then you install it, and easy as that. That's everything. We show the server, user screen, and well, I didn't show the third one, but it's looks kind of same like this, just has a lot of lines of information. So that's it. Thanks for your attention, and see you next time.